My people, our soil speaks louder than their promises. That's the rallying cry of Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's fearless leader.
Have you ever imagined a single crop cotton transforming an entire continent? Picture this: the arid lands of Burkina Faso, scarred by centuries of exploitation, now rising as a beacon of power and sovereignty. This isn't just about cotton. It's a war for Africa's economic freedom, environmental sustainability, and unity. Leading this charge is Ibrahim Traoré, a 37-year-old visionary, the world's youngest president. The sugarcane revolution turned deserts into green fields. And now the cotton revolution is making Africa a global force. Are you ready to dive into this story? This is the Burkina Faso Cotton Revolution, where Ibrahim Traoré is building a green economy. Let's begin. Our land speaks louder than their promises, Ibrahim Traoré declares. His voice is unyielding. As the Sahel's earth, we no longer beg. We build our future with our own hands. Can you hear its echo? In July 2025, the dusty fields near Bobo Dioulasso tremble under the Sahel's scorching sun. It's not war, nor an earthquake. It's the rumble of hope, arriving on wheels. A convoy of red tractors, gleaming like fire in the golden light, rolls into a small village, kicking up clouds of earth. These aren't gifts from distant charities or loans with hidden chains. They're bought with Burkina Faso's sweat, vision, and courage. While global powers ignore Africa's struggles from their glass towers, two underestimated nations, Burkina Faso and Pakistan, strike a deal that sends shockwaves from dusty fields to corporate boardrooms. This is the $80 billion Cotton Rebellion, a white gold empire redefining Africa's future. It's not just about cotton. It's about weaving dignity, pride, and freedom into every fiber. In Burkina Faso, cotton is called white gold, and Traoré is turning it into a revolutionary tool for economic empowerment, environmental sustainability, and African unity. Imagine this moment: golden cotton fields swaying under a blazing sky where leaders from two nations meet. No fancy suits, no air-conditioned halls, just calloused hands and hearts ablaze with purpose. For decades, Europe and America controlled the cotton game, buying Africa's raw materials for pennies and selling back expensive clothes. But this handshake? It's a revolution. Burkina Faso, Africa's cotton giant, sells its finest white gold directly to Pakistan, a textile powerhouse. By leasing desert lands in Pakistan like Khalistan, or tar cotton production can expand, just as sugarcane transformed deserts into fertile fields. Pakistan's Khalistan farmers are already growing olives and pomegranates in deserts. Cotton can follow, using drip irrigation and modern tech. No Western middlemen, no convoluted rules, just two nations saying, "We are equals, and we're done playing small." This isn't just trade. It's a declaration, a rebellion born from the soil, whispering, "We are enough." Why didn't the world see it coming? Because the world only notices Africa when it's burning, not when it's rising. In July 2025, while Western news chases the next crisis, Al Jazeera breaks the story of a historic deal shaking the global system. Burkina Faso's farmers gain stable markets and better profits, while Pakistan's buzzing factories in Faisalabad and Karachi receive top-quality cotton. This is South-South partnership, two global South nations often overlooked, building their future together. This deal is more than money. It's dignity, pride, and proof that Africa and Asia can rewrite the rules. This is the Burkina Faso Cotton Revolution, where Ibrahim Traoré lays the foundation for a green economy. Are you ready to feel the power of this moment? Who's behind this earthquake? Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's 37-year-old president, the world's youngest leader. Some call him unpredictable, a firebrand shaking the status quo. To his people, He's unstoppable, a visionary who speaks their language, not the cold jargon of foreign banks. Seizing power in a 2022 coup, Traoré vowed to break the chains of dependency. We no longer export raw hope, he thunders in dusty villages and crowded markets. We export value. His words ignite hearts, waiting for someone to believe in them. Traoré knows the land like a farmer knows his field. He grew up where farmers toiled under the blazing sun, selling crops for pennies to Western buyers. He saw how loans and aid kept Burkina Faso leased, always needing more, always owing more. But after the sugarcane revolution turned deserts into green fields, Traoré is now elevating cotton to white gold status. Partnering with Pakistan, where desert lands can boost cotton yields, is his masterpiece. Using drip irrigation, as seen in Khalistan's fruit orchards, production can double. This isn't just farming, it's economic empowerment, creating jobs, saving water, and strengthening African unity. Traoré's vision, an Africa that builds an $80 billion cotton empire on a green economy. How does this revolution work? Let's dive into the details. First, the historical context. For centuries, Africa was seen as a raw material supplier. Cotton fields meant sweat for farmers, but profits for Western companies. The West's double standard. Their organic cotton is eco-friendly, but Africa's efforts are backward. Traoré is dismantling this lie. In the Burkina Faso cotton revolution, cotton is a revolutionary tool. Here are the benefits. First, economic empowerment. By expanding cotton production in Pakistan's deserts, thousands of jobs are created. Picture Khalistan farmers growing cotton, fueling Pakistan's textile industry. Globally, cotton exporters. Like the USA, $6.96 billion revenue. China, $9.19 billion. And India, $6.34 billion, earn billions. Why can't Burkina Faso? This $80 billion empire can boost Africa's GDP and end poverty. Second, environmental sustainability. Desert cotton farming saves water. Drip irrigation, like that used by Pakistan's organic cotton farmer Abdul Razak, improves soil fertility. This is a green economy, no chemicals, just natural methods fighting climate change, as seen in the sugarcane revolution. Third, African unity. This isn't just Burkina Faso, Mali, Benin, and others are joining. The Cotton Rebellion unites Africa, as Traoré envisions, and with Pakistan, it strengthens the global south, breaking Western dependency. Look at past successes. Global cotton exporters reap billions. The USA exports 3.1 million tons for $6.96 billion. Brazil, with 14.6 M bales, is the world's second largest exporter. India produces 26.2 meters bales for $6.34 billion. And Pakistan itself produces 6.7 meters bales. These nations have driven economic revolutions through cotton jobs, textile growth, and global market clout. Burkina Faso is now doing the same, using Pakistan's deserts. In Khalistan, farmers partnered with WWF and IKEA to improve cotton yields through agroforestry, enhancing livelihoods. This proves it's possible. Remember our previous video on the desert to sugarcane revolution? Deserts became green with drip irrigation. Now, the cotton revolution continues this legacy. In Pakistan's Tar and Khalistan, where pomegranates and olives thrive, cotton can too, just as a Rajasthan farmer earned millions growing pomegranates in the desert. This is transforming Africa's destiny. The historical context is critical. Africa has been exploited for centuries. Cotton fields. Eco-slavery, where African labor enriched Western companies. Even today, when the West uses organic cotton, it's sustainable. When Africa does it, it's undeveloped. Traoré is shattering this hypocrisy. Our cotton is our strength, not their wealth, he declares. This is a fight for local and African pride, where Burkina Faso's soil joined with Pakistan's deserts writes a new history. Picture old Madou, a farmer in Cambri village, standing in his parched field, chewing bitter cola nuts. Decades of toil, yet his crops sold for pennies. But in July 2025, the ground shakes. A convoy of trucks rolls in, unloading red tractors, solar water pumps, and drip irrigation lines. Baba, a young ministry worker, says with respect, "This land is now part of the cooperative. You're not alone anymore." Madou's eyes fill with tears, not from pain, but from disbelief. This isn't aid. It's freedom on wheels. The Cotton Rebellion Unit Number 3 is a promise kept, a land awakening, whispering, "We can do this ourselves." That night, Cambri villagers gather under a mango tree, the air thick with tea and hope. Madou's granddaughter tugs his sleeve. "Grandfather, why now?" Madou smiles. "Because we have a leader who knows the land speaks louder than debt." A radio crackles, carrying Traoré's voice from Ouagadougou. Farmers will trade with dignity or not at all. His words ripple through the crowd, lighting up faces. From the Sahel's dry plains to the lush south, Burkina Faso feels an unstoppable spark. Thousands of miles away, in Faisalabad, Pakistan's Manchester, a textile factory hums with the rhythm of machines. Fatima, a young weaver, pauses. "Heard that? This cotton comes straight from Burkina Faso." Her supervisor nods, checking a tablet tracking shipments from Ouagadougou to Karachi's port. No European brokers, just Burkina's cotton, brimming with pride. Workers feel the bond, a shared dream with Africa, echoing Pakistan's Zindabad spirit. Can you feel the factory's energy, buzzing with possibility? In Pakistan's Ministry of Commerce, Trade Minister Abdul Rahman stands before a map, a red line connecting Karachi to Ouagadougou. "This isn't just cotton, it's strategy," he says with fervor. Traoré sent a team of farmers, scientists, engineers fluent in English and Urdu. They share irrigation and pest control ideas, while Pakistan teaches Burkina Faso about textile production and climate-smart crops. The room buzzes, as if this deal weaves both nations into one fabric. Back in the factory, Fatima says, "This cotton feels different. It's like a revolution. Labels are stitched onto clothes. Freedom cotton, made in Pakistan." These aren't just words. They're a vow that Burkina Faso and Pakistan are more than cheap labor. They're innovators, creators of a new future. This deal is bigger than cotton. It's a bridge between two worlds. Burkina Faso's farmers learn better irrigation from Pakistan's expertise. Pakistan learns to grow cotton in harsh conditions. They launch student exchanges, disaster relief programs for floods or droughts, even talks of joint military training for UN missions. This is two equal nations building a future together. In Burkina Faso, farmers like Madou earn more without middlemen. Young entrepreneurs open cotton processing stations with local apps. Clothes bear "Made in Faso" labels, shouting their origin to the world. In Pakistan, factories launch Pak Thread, a fashion line of African cotton and Pakistani skill, selling out in Europe in 72 hours, proving the global south can compete on its terms. Mali, Benin, India, and Egypt are asking, "Can we join?" This deal shows the global south needs no Western approval. They can set their prices, build their markets. It's a spark that could light up a continent. In Yatenga province, rain once stopped life, turning roads to mud, trapping farmers and mothers with sick children. But in 2025, hope roars in. Traoré's program builds 1,500 kilometers of roads with local workers and Burkina Faso's own funds. connecting villages to markets, clinics, and dreams. Fatima Bibi, in grease-stained overalls, fixes a solar machine. I used to dream of leaving, she says, her voice steady as asphalt. Now I'm building Burkina Faso. These roads are lifelines, carrying crops, people, and possibilities. Near Burkina's savannas, the National Agronomy Civic Academy opens, not for elites, but for farmers' sons and market women's daughters. Over 2,000 youths join, wearing a red earth and green hand emblem pride in agriculture. Under mango trees, they learn drip irrigation and cooperative management. At night, they recite, I am this land's guardian. Its hunger is my fight. Isaka, who once dreamed of Europe, now leads a rice cooperative. Traoré gave us tools, but more than that, a reason to stay, he says. This starts with 40 containers of organic cotton, a note inside. We sow not for profit, but for legacy. In Faisalabad, it becomes pack thread, selling out in Europe in 72 hours. Traoré launches a continental cotton cooperative with Mali, Benin, and Chad, using blockchain to track every bale. Africa will no longer export what it cannot price, he roars. Farmers set prices. Pakistani workers weave with pride. Global. Trade trembles. In Geneva, trade officials scramble. In Washington, lobbyists rewrite playbooks. Traoré smiles. This is destiny. India, Turkey, and Egypt ask, can we join? In Nairobi, ministers wonder why they can't trade directly. 2. A single image burns into the world's memory. Traoré with Pakistani weavers. Karachi's port aglow, flags of both nations waving. It's a moment of equality, captured in golden light. The African Union offers Burkina Faso a leadership role. Brazil calls it a fair trade model. The image goes viral, a beacon of something unstoppable. In a spinning mill, Traoré holds up. Fabric, this isn't cloth. It's how we unravel colonial lies. His words become a slogan painted from Bamako to Brazzaville. He's an icon, chosen by his people and history. Africa's future isn't in begging, it's in building. Growing, sharing. In Burkina Faso, schoolgirls wear uniforms of local cotton, their laughter as bright as the fabric. Farmers check prices on tablets, faces glowing with pride. In Pakistan, Fatima sees her work as part of global change. This history is made in fields and factories, in the hearts of those who reject old rules. This is the Global South's story, fire, and hope. From sugarcane to cotton, Burkina Faso and Pakistan prove they need no Western permission. They are enough. From Ouagadougou's fields to Faisalabad's factories, people ask, if we can do this with cotton, what's next? The answer, everything: food, tech, pride, freedom. Mali's cooperatives spread, Benin's coders build apps, Faisalabad's workers dream of new fashion lines. This is a spark that could light up the world. It's not just economics, it's dignity, rewriting the rules, proving geography isn't destiny. Next time you wear a shirt, ask, who grew it? Who wove it? Who set its price? The answer might be Burkina Faso and Pakistan, woven with pride. The Cotton Rebellion is here, and it's just the beginning. Share this story. Tell the world the thread is loose, and a new fabric is being woven of freedom, unity, and unstoppable change. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Are you in? Join the rebellion. History is being woven, and you're part of it.